Okay, I think that's good. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Captain Quasar, and welcome back to another live stream. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. My cat scratched me on the nose, and it wasn't that bad of a scratch. He just kind of swatted at me, and we needed to clip his nails, so we did that too. But he swatted at me. It nicked me just a little bit, but then whenever you cut your nose, it just starts gushing blood. Like literally, it just started leaking. Um, but we're all good now, you know? So we're here, we're ready to go. I gotta be honest that I might not have too much to talk about, but we do have some fun things to look at, and that's the whole point of Fridays, you know? It's about decompressing from the week for the weekend, be able to, you know, fully relax and rest. It's that build up for the weekend, you know? You want to forget about the week. But let me do this real quick, do that. But I do have a few good things to look at today. Let's start off with the Instagram post, as always. As soon as I saw the Band-Aid, I knew it was Coley's fault. Yeah, it happens, you know. Honestly, it's on me. It's on me for not cutting his nails. You know, he does a little swat with his paw, and it's just, if his nails are too long, it'll nick me. But he does a little paw swat. He's never trying to scratch. He's a good guy. I'm giving him a bad name with the Band-Aid. But let's get it started. My GF loves when I play guitar.
A lot of guitarists in my day, and there's no one like this.
Thanks, babe.
I met a lot.
Okay, he's kind of hitting that shit, I can't lie. Let me hear it one more time. Wait, that riff was actually sick though. What do you mean, wait? What do you mean, wait?
A lot of guitarists in my day, and there's no one like this.
Thanks, babe.
I met a lot of guitarists in my day, and there's...
Do I need to just pin a message that says I got scratched? Don't ask about the Band-Aid. Let me see if he has any other songs. No, I think that's it. It's the only riff he knows. Now we have something here. 2K Doppler, an animator. This is Surge the Tenrex monologue. IDW issue 50, animated. A little bit of a Sonic animation, you know, for the Sonic fans out there. No, honestly, this is just a really good animation.
I'm sorry. Have we met?
If we had, you'd be dead.
All right. Well, I'm Sonic.
Oh, I know who you are. You're all I know.
Oh, wow. You're a fan,
And that's the problem. You made me! I am your fault! Starline.
I do like when Sonic the Hedgehog tries to go serious. Like, my favorite Sonic the Hedgehog media is Shadow the Hedgehog, the video game. Because I love that they tried to go, like, super dark and gritty, you know? He's fighting both the aliens and the government, you know? He's fighting everybody. He's got pistols and alien weapons. He pulls out a machine gun. And then when you die, he goes, damn. But I always love it because it's like his name is Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog. It's like, Sonic, don't you know me? It's me, Marcus the Bird. It's just like, they're such generic names. They're not generic, but it is just funny that they have like an animal associated with it. Aliens and the government? Oh boy. I'm telling you. Shadow. Big ups Shadow the Hedgehog, my boy. He was a government experiment or something.
Eggman? Oh, they're dead.
I wonder what this character's supposed to be, a rabbit?
But it all comes
The Tenrec? What's a Tenrec?
back to you, doesn't it? If you had just killed them, then I wouldn't have been made!
Oh. I've never heard of a Tenrec before. It's like, oh, it's a hedgehog? It's like a little hedgehog. The lesser hedgehog, the Tenrec. Endemic to Madagascar. A very diversive group. Oh, sorry, this isn't right.
Or are you too good for that? You let them go! You keep giving these idiots the freedom to do whatever the hell they want! And it just keeps going and going, and it never stops! And the whole world loves you for it. And you're just like them. You're complacent. They set the world on fire, and you just clear the smoke. I'm putting it out. I'm ending this now. Starting with you.
Alright, Sparky. Looks like you got your mind made up. Let's see if you can keep up.
I prefer when Sonic is voiced by Jaleel White, Urkel. Urkel voicing Sonic is the best voice acting ever.
Light me down, rat.
Yo, that's the music went a little hard. Sonic Max. Gotta give that a follow. I'm ready for more. Now this guy, this is Heavy D. This Patrick meme, that's what you're talking about. People use Patrick memes a lot in this guy's comments. But this is Heavy D. He posts a lot. He posts like multiple times a day. Just the most random stuff. And it always cracks me up when it pops up. He's one of those people that's like unintentionally hilarious. I fuck with Sonic so hard. Who doesn't? How could you not? I have a Shadow the Hedgehog plushie somewhere.
No, I'm a popular loner. I don't really have anybody, but I know everybody. And everybody tells me what the fuck is going on in their lives and their secrets and everything. And I think I know why. It's because I mind my own business. I don't spread nobody else's business. That's their business. But like 5 minutes after the conversation, I forget what the fuck we was talking about, bro. It just goes out. Like I'll be comforting to you. I'll talk to you.
Yeah, that's so real. Heavy D. I'm like that too. That's relatable. When you tell me shit, I'm just not even paying attention. I don't care what you're telling me, but I make it appear as though I'm listening. That way you can kind of get that venting out. You know, but then by the time we're done with the conversation, it's all good, and I wasn't listening. So it doesn't matter.
You know, I'll make you feel better, whatever. But then, like, after that...
Why does it feel like you gave people wedgies in high school? I was in theater and in multimedia, like film and TV. No. I was smoking weed in the quad. I don't even think I didn't get into any fights during high school. I know people that did.
It's gone. I don't remember shit. I don't know shit. I don't see shit. I don't hear shit. I'm technically 45% legally blind in my right eye and 75% blind in my left eye. That's my right eye and this is my left eye. See? I can't even tell left or right, motherfucker. You know, I'm a popular loner. I don't really have anybody, but I know everybody.
Yeah, he does give some Chris Griffin vibes as well. You know it sounds fire?
You know what sounds fire right now, man? A motherfucking banana split.
And this is another one of those accounts where a lot of the comments just ask to see his dick for some reason. I see that a lot on Instagram now, of people just being like, cool, can I see your hog though? Whip it out though. How much to see your hog?
I ain't had one of those in years, man. Fucking years. Woo! Shit, that'd be so fucking fire. I'm so stoned. You know what sound?
Real talk. He's just spitting that real. You know, this is just my vibe. This is me.
I don't know why the people I grew up with decided to start smoking meth, and just people in general that I know started smoking meth. I don't understand why people smoke meth, man. You see what does to people around you. I mean, hell, I live in this town, and it's getting real windy, so I gotta raise my fucking voice to talk over this damn wind. Yeah, we're under a storm watch or tornado watch or whatever. But anyways, you see what it does to people, man. So why the fuck do you do it? Why do you smoke meth? I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know why the people I grew up with decided.
See, and this was this comment right here, I have to show you the real one. This is how I knew we were kindred spirits. Is this one.
So I find it funny that I can change.
He's a great voice actor. Check it out. I don't know why I keep restarting the video.
I find it funny that I can change the tone of my voice. You know what I mean? I can sit here and talk like this all day long. Or I could talk like this, you know what I mean? Because being high-pitched is kind of weird, but it's okay. I can switch in and out. I can make it go deeper. I can make it go higher and higher and higher.
I loved one that it was the same tone all the way there. And also, it's his own account, but he put what the fuck with this emoji. He truly impressed himself.
So,
why do you guys smoke meth? Can you guys explain? I'm trying to understand. From the stories I've heard of the people that I've known that smoke meth, it doesn't even sound like fun. It just makes you paranoid and see like faces popping out of the wall. That doesn't sound cool. I guess that's why you microdose meth, right? Just makes it a little bit easier. I saw this one. This one made me close the app. Heavy D makes me continue scrolling. He always makes me click on his account and see what his latest videos are. But this is Arlo Music on Spotify. So check out Arlo Music on Spotify. I hope this one doesn't get... You guys better not be paying the extra on DistroKid to get me claimed on YouTube. I'm giving you guys the promo right now. Check out Arlo Music on Spotify. I'm going to come for you kids. I swear to God. If you guys... I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you and then you're going to counter sue me. Fuck. Nothing... It's not going to matter. But here we go. This is a great video and a great... Honestly, this is a really good song. It's good to know that the kids still got it. Fucking legends. Close enough. Welcome back, Joy Division. Couldn't have said it better myself. And here's the new song we are writing about Donald Trump. Should be released soon. Link in bio for our Spotify.
This is the second verse to the new song that we're writing about Donald Trump. Ready? Iran, UK, the countries are okay. Venezuela is no more. Why is there so many wars? There's way more than just the North. He can see what he can ignore. Can't stop it just once more. I can't do this anymore. This is
the kids still got it. Nothing more, nothing less. You know what I mean? Oh, and the Equinox... What was this one for? I think this is like a week old. Yeah, around March 20th. Wait, it's the Equinox. It should be today, right? She just posted this like a week ago. Around March 20th and September 23rd. The Equinox ritual chant, guys. So here's from Selena Fox. We all know Selena Fox, the legend. Equinox ritual chant. Learn ways of working with chants in my new workshop, Incantation Transformations, debuting at Pagan Icon. Debuting at Pagan Icon, Spring Equinox weekend, March 20th through the 22nd at Bloomington, Minnesota, in Bloomington, Minnesota, USA. Learn more at TC Pagan Pride on Instagram. Here we go, Selena. Take it away, Selena Fox.
Equinox power, Equinox right, Equinox balance of day and night. Equinox power, Equinox right, Equinox balance of day and night.
This is someone's cool ass grandma, and I love that. Yeah, you know this is someone's cool grandma. You know, they're like, Mom, you don't understand. It's the Equinox. And they're like, oh, you have to go to school. You don't get to stay home today. One more time. One more time for the people in back that might not have heard. And for the people that just joined in.
Equinox power, Equinox right, Equinox balance of day and night.
Poor kids shouldn't be worrying about this shit. Sorry, I didn't see that you said that in chat before. See, I think here's the thing. Kids are always going to learn about things that they shouldn't know about, and they're always going to care more than the people that should care. And so it's good for kids to have expression, to be able to do that type of stuff. And I'd say it's sad that they have to, but it's good that they are, you know, because their voices matter the most. The children are the next generation. Channel the Equinox. Remember to do the ritual chant, children. But sorry, we'll get to that jump scare. My bad. A little clavicular. We were talking about clavicular meth maxing earlier. Meth minimizing, actually, because he was microdosing. But clavicular ends and walks off, or walks out of the Channel 5 interview with Andrew Callahan after Andrew reveals he's satisfied with how he looks and doesn't need looks maxing. I was trying to find longer clips of this. I think this was just maybe on Clavicular stream. Because it's not on the Channel 5. Because there's an XQC clip. Here, there's a minute-long clip. Let me pull up this instead. This one's only 49 seconds. This one's a minute.
If you don't give it shit, I mean, like, it would be, like, at least, you know, you put a little bit of effort into it.
I think I've done a pretty...
Okay, I think this is just a little bit more context. Because I think, yeah, these are just pulled from his stream then. Well, this one must not be. That just makes it more confusing.
If you don't give a shit, I mean, like, it would be, like, at least, you know, you put a little bit of effort into it.
I think I've done a pretty good interview.
From what, like, context? Because if it's from the context of what you guys reached out was your intention, then I would say that you've done a pretty shitty job.
All right, well, I think people probably want to learn about you, and that was what I was trying to give you the opportunity to do.
Well, I know. I think that's totally fair, and that's I applaud you for that. But not one, you know, question about looks maxing.
There's been so many questions about looks maxing. I probably asked you about looks maxing like 40 times. I just don't know the specific science. I'm not in the community.
Okay.
Now I need to pull up the clavicular stream. Because now I'm wondering what... Because it does look like it was on a stream. He's literally just sleeping on stream right now. Great stuff. Videos. Those from this. Posting these 23-hour streams is just like, what is... Dude... I guess it's like it's how you try and make money, right? It's you just literally record your entire life hoping that that's how you can maximize donations. Am I tripping? I clicked this one. What I'm on. Scanning a 24-hour stream is making this like impossible. I'm just more confused by this now. Because that's definitely the one I'm on. It's definitely the stream that I'm on. Whatever. Well, I'll just watch this clip. Sorry, I'm I was like actually trying to like really intensely like pay attention, and it's not working.
Well, I mean, like, if you were to ask about like, you know, maybe something in regards to hair loss, like there's really nothing.
Yeah, sure, hair loss.
You see what I mean? It's like, I'm telling you what to ask. So when you wake up every single morning and you take a look in the mirror, you're 100% satisfied with every single thing. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, more or less.
See, I want to see it now. It's pissing me off that I can't find it. I guess I'll have to wait for the actual interview to be released. Is there an H3 show episode today? I think so, yeah. Is there not?
All right, listen. We got to say goodbye. Send it over to the fine folks at After Dark.
Sorry, I'm checking the last episode.
I was never afraid. Tomorrow for our members episode, stay tuned because After Dark is coming up next. And I'm pretty sure it's Afro Man time. So you're going to want to tune in. Thanks everyone for this program.
Oh, I didn't check the members stream. I was checking to see because they usually say it on the Wednesdays stream as well. But yes, I'm assuming so. He watched the whole interview on stream last night, but I don't know where he found it. Come on now. I'm assuming it must just be on Clavicular's. See, I don't care too much, to be completely honest, because it is just an interview with Clavicular. But I am wondering what Andrew asked him in general, because I feel like what you wouldn't want to ask is like the looks maxing questions of like, so what is actually the purpose of bone smashing? Like we could fucking Google that, bro. That's so like surface level. The real questions to ask somebody like Clavicular, like Androgenic, like the ASU frat leader, whatever. To ask any of these guys is, so what you're saying is yes, we all have some, like, at times a sense of like inadequacy. But your sense of inadequacy supersedes every other feeling that you have, so much so that you must completely focus your life around trying to maximize your appearance to avoid this like internal struggle that you have. Like that's like the real question, I think, because yeah, of course, like, oh yeah, I want a stronger jaw because girls will like me. But it's like, that's not actually what it derives from. Like, it's deeper than that. And the thing is it does seem like somebody like Clavicular is aware of that. And I don't know, here, let me just hear him ask it again, because he asks Andrew.
So when you wake up every single morning and you take a look in the mirror, you're 100% satisfied with every single thing. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, more or less.
Okay, dude. All right.
I mean, to say more or less, I think is kind of a... No, it's his member stream right now. How does AB decide what are member streams and what aren't?
He's smiling going on.
No, it wasn't on this one. I'm not a member of AB. There's too many people. I think I might still be a member to Nate too. I always forget who I am and am not a member of. SMH my head. And even if I was, I can't pull up his members' content on my stream anyways. That wouldn't be nice. Oh, hello, Grape Tickler. Welcome in. How you doing? How you doing?
Well, I guess that's just, if you want to be completely disingenuous, that's fine with me. I guess there's just no point to continue.
I will say that Andrew's answer isn't the best answer, but I do think the funniest part of this is this guy runs out of this room in like a panic.
No worries.
Yo, Clav, is everything okay?
Yeah, no.
Yo, Clav, is everything okay? I don't know if he's maybe Clav's manager. Is he Clavicular's manager? What up, what up, what up? None much, none much. You know. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I think this is just Clavicular's manager. Maybe he's just trying to make sure everything's cool. But like, he's the one ending the... I mean, he's the one ending the interview. It clearly wasn't that bad. He just felt like there weren't good questions. He wanted him to ask him about jelking. He was like, bro, you barely asked me about ball smashing. What about that? It increases blood flow. And then I saw this clip, which I thought was kind of interesting. While Clavicular is speaking with police to get a girl who slapped him arrested, an OF model he's bringing home gets into an argument with his cameraman. I do think it's odd the way they just describe different people. I mean, you could just say everyone's name. Not that. But okay. She reveals that she was paid to be there and she signed with Clavicular, outing him as another internet pimp. Am I supposed to be surprised? You know, I saw somebody explain this, and maybe I'm feeding into it right now and I shouldn't, but I saw somebody explaining this, that the new like method is pretty simplistic for people that already have like wealthy parents. Like, I saw a clip of Clavicular yelling at his dad, being like, "You're a millionaire," or some shit. It was something like that. It was actually something really repulsive to see. But when you have a little bit of wealth already, you can just kind of position yourself as somebody who is successful, and then pay clippers, people to clip your content, post them all over social medias, across Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, try and get them on live stream fails, across like all these different things. And that will in turn like increase their actual viewership, even if they haven't already bought it. Like, you know, that will increase their viewership as well. And then it's like an artificial kind of growth that they build themselves, and then also doing things like going on Piers Morgan. It's all strategic, but it's not like something that's actually going to end up being sustainable over time. without just feeding more and more money into it. Clav is just grumpy. He didn't have his chicken tendies and he's hungry. Just a little hungry boy. Oh. His burger had cheese on it. Oh. Not gonna lie, she kind of... No, it wasn't that... Okay, it was alright. It was a decent slap. I thought she held it there, which would minimize the impact, but it does seem like she actually smacked him across the face. And then gives him the heart. Gives him a little heart. We hate to see it. Okay, I gotta say, slapping somebody, cringe. Unnecessary. But you know what's even more cringe? Saying, I'm going to sue you immediately after. I'm gonna sue you for that. This is quite literally my reaction. Really, dude. Clavicular has some serious issues he needs to deal with. Is that a hickey? Ooh.
I'm gonna sue your entire family.
And now he's gonna sue her entire family. Damn. He's going all the way to the top. Grandpappy's getting sued. I want that 401k. I'm gonna sue you and your whole family.
You're getting sued for assault. I'm gonna press charges on you.
This music's playing over it, and it's making it. Honestly, I'm feeling like it's gonna get claimed, but this clip is too perfect.
Hey, hold your ear, call the police.
Hold her ear, call the police. She smacked me. I mean, at most, that's what, like a minor assault, like a petty assault. I don't know what charges you could get placed for that. You'd probably get like a restraining order. Like, what do you think you're gonna get from that? I have emotional damages. She did it on my stream. She made me look like a coward. Like, I don't get it. What are you actually going to sue her for? Like, you could press charges for assault if you want to do that, but even then, they probably would just give her a ticket and make her show up in court. And it's like, are you going to show up for that? She was helping him bone smash. Oh, I didn't think about that. You know, honestly, she should. I think her lawyer is gonna. He might pick that one up. That's kind of a good defense. Your Honor, you see, I understand that the defendant here is a look maxer. But my client was merely trying to help him in his look maxing endeavor. She was merely giving him a quick smack to replenish blood flow to his face, regain color there, because he actually was starting to be a bit pale. You know, he streams for long hours at a time, and she was trying to, they talk about raising your cortisol levels, but what if your cortisol levels have gone too low? Perhaps she needed to bring him back to a middle ground. Your Honor, I rest my case.
Hold her here, call the police. Hold her, get the police. Hey, grab her.
What's up? What happened? Look.
Get her.
Like, the security guards are just doing their job, but this is fucking insane. I will say, this is why you don't smack people, you don't go around smacking people, because this is the outcome, you know? It's like, I don't necessarily feel bad for them for, like, you know, getting, even at the very least, kicked out of the club for doing this, even if nothing more happens from there. But I do think that that Clav is just, he really wants to look like a tough guy. I don't even know if it's like a tough guy. He wants to like seem cool, I guess. He doesn't want his aura to drop. You know, everybody talks about looks maxing, but it's because Clavicular is truly afraid of his one true competition. He goes, oh, looks maxing this, looks maxing that. Oh, looks maxing. Let me do some bone smashing. Let me jelk. Let me... But no, you don't understand. God damn it. Oh my god, why is this so... Why can I not pull this up? When I pull it up, you're going to be even more confused as to why it took me so long. There we go. His one true competition, the Rizzler. Clavicular thinks that he is top dog, top mogger. They don't let the Rizzler come around. They know he's the real Don.
A picture with you?
Police.
Internet Tough Guy says, I would have let that woman slam me through a table. A true gentleman. Just in it for the love of the game.
I need a song charger stat. Which one are you? Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah, this part's kind of quiet.
Alright, you want to salt charges too?
Honestly,
Yeah.
get it.
Hey, let's go.
You're like, my daddy's a lawyer, and you got it on video. I will literally fuck you up.
Well,
Don't you just like
self-defense. Self-defense will go hard.
See, these guys are just a bunch of fucking dopes, like I swear. They're like, yeah, I'll just defend myself and beat the shit out of you. It's like, guys, you don't understand what self-defense is. You don't understand what assault is. You don't understand what any of these words you're saying are. You're quite literally just spewing diarrhea from the mouth. Yeah, I'll press assault charges on you too. You want to get sued? You want to get sued? I'll defend myself too. See what happens. You know, I saw a crazy video where a guy got shot. Like someone they were like, you know, in each other's faces, and one guy pushes the other guy, and then he got shot because he pushed him. And it's like, to think that that is self-defense. I saw people in the comments really going, that's all self-defense, guys. Oh, he's going to get away with it on self-defense. No. No, that's not how it works. You cannot exceed the level of force that was brought upon you. If somebody strikes you, you can strike them back. If somebody uses a weapon, you have the right to retaliate with a weapon. Those are kind of the grounds. Those are the ground rules. I don't understand how all these people just think it's so, like, I don't know. And again, like, there's different levels of assault charges. There's a difference between assault and battery. She smacked him. Maybe she could get a battery charge. I don't know. A smack is usually, I feel like, classified as an assault. Like, but it could, if he's showing damages, maybe she smacked him so hard you could see a little bit of blood vessels bursting, and she gets a battery charge. Who knows? But it's just so ridiculous. These people just love to just spew off about random stuff they know nothing about. But yes, take it to court. Waste your parents' money some more. Perfect. When these guys were in school and girls flirted with them and gently slapped them on the shoulder, they drop kicked them. They had to. It's self-defense.
We could turn the cameras on for a sec.
Alright, punch me first, bitch.
Bear from Cleveland show.
How old are you?
None of your motherfucking business, bitch.
So you're 28 years old on a 20-year-old's live stream trying to sell your OnlyFans subs.
Get the fuck out of here, you stupid ass.
Guys, again, is it more pathetic to be the person trying to promote their OnlyFans? Or is it more pathetic to only have somebody that you can bring on because they want to promote their OnlyFans? Like that's the only type of person that you can get on. Is that more pathetic? Like what's more pathetic? I don't know. Because yeah, she's just looking for promo. She's looking for cheap promo and she found it. I don't know.
How do you even know everything about me? Are you a fan?
Well, I saw you your manager's texting you, get on the stream more, do this, do that. So.
What are you talking about?
You're reading her. What are you reading her text over her shoulder?
Oh, are you a stalker?
My stalker. I mean,
I'm literally.
These dudes, you know, I don't use this term lightly. Cornballs. Cornball activity. Do I have a sound for that? I mean, the bonk always works. I don't think I have any good sound for that. I've got to be honest. Just do one of these. Oh, that was probably super loud. I'm so sorry. I forgot the gain was still up because this video is so quiet. Just straight up smashed the audio way too loud. My bad. The bonk was also probably incredibly loud.
I'm a loud fucking retard.
Oh, and now it's loud? What is happening?
Shut the fuck up before I fucking say everything that you don't want me to say. I literally said I'm a clap.
Like, what the hell is this?
Are you retarded and a half?
It sounds like they cut the audio maybe, but yeah, she said that Clav paid her to be there. And who knows if that's true, but it is a funny claim nonetheless. It was fine for you? It felt like a sitcom transition? It's got to. I got a couple of those. What was the other one? This one? Moving on. He's no Harley Morenstein. I miss Norm. Wait, what happened to Norm? You go somewhere? You on a trip? Well, Norm Macdonald did a YouTube event. Was it the YouTube Awards? I don't know. It was something with... Oh, I forgot her name already. I know it was also Kasim G. Jenny Slate. That's it. Jenny Slate. I was right. Jenny Slate and Kasim G. And Norm Macdonald ran circles around them. He's dead? I didn't even know he got sick.
All the stars are here.
It's true.
Beardy Man, Claude Racine, Dax Flame, Betty Fine,
you got it.
And Raffi Fine. All the stars.
I just realized, did he call Benny Fine Betty?
Betty Fine.
You got it.
And Raffi Fine. All the stars.
You really keep up with all that.
Are here tonight. Oh, yes.
Did you guys see that Hasan was an answer on the New York Times crossword puzzle today? I did see that. I also saw Hasan tweeted it and just went, that's wild. Because I saw that he's in Cuba, right? Like he went to Cuba. Has he posted anything since? Because all I've seen is BadEmpanada posting some insane stuff that I'll look at in just a minute. But yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. I mean, it shows you that there's definitely people working in the New York Times that have an affinity for Hasan.
Yeah. Harley Morenstein is here.
All right. And we also have comedian Todd Glass. He'll be hanging out backstage with some of tonight's guests. And on the red carpet, we've got comedian Kulat Vailesak and host...
I feel like Todd will be struggling to know these people.
I'm sorry, I'm going to continue with the what the computer says, Norm, although I'd love to talk to you more than this computer.
We're on
but
the
I have
computer.
to do what the computer says, even though I do love you, Norm. I think you're one of the best. We're also going to be talking...
This is one of the best videos ever, because you can tell that Jenny Slate and Kasim G just get progressively more and more uncomfortable as the interviews go on. One of the best one was Garfunkel and Oates. Here, I'm going to pull that up, actually. Norm Macdonald interviewing Garfunkel and Oates.
I'm no Harley Morenstein.
You're not, Norm, but you gotta just let me read this fucking thing. The host of Daily.
Oh, where is it? I just found the whole, like, re-upload of the thing. Oh, yeah, and Sarah Silverman kept, you could tell she does not like Norm Macdonald. It was also very uncomfortable. Yes, there we go.
Right now. You ladies look really good. How do you feel?
Thank you. I feel
But how
great.
do you feel? Yeah.
I feel good. It's a little bright. I feel like a cupcake in this dress, but I like a sexy cupcake.
Yeah. Well, our cupcake's not so sexy. The sexiest of the cakes.
They are. Yeah. Cupcakes I make are not that sexy. They're a little.
Cupcakes are great for when you're only slightly stoned.
The funfetti ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the best.
Lots of fun in that Fetty. You guys, tell me about your IFC show.
Filming in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Ooh la la.
Really pretty excited.
Are you ready to go?
Sure. I think so. I feel excited but scared.
Yeah.
We're very nervous, but I'm excited.
I think it's gonna be great. You know, I think it's all the nervousness that we have is probably normal for anyone making their own TV show for the first time.
Yeah, maybe it would probably be gross if you weren't nervous.
Right? Yeah, we're like,
yeah,
it's gonna be a hit. It's gonna be great, you guys.
Yeah.
We're just gonna make it up as we film it.
No big problem.
I don't think those guys can give you notes at IFC.
No?
No, because it makes them look like idiots. They're IFC.
Yeah, I mean.
Say, look, man, just say to them, listen, you fucking picked up Marin. That should be your go-to thing.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question. So you guys are two very funny females, but when you post videos on the internet, sometimes being a female is a little bit different than if I was to post a video on the internet. What's that like for you two?
Sometimes we've been called certain things
many times.
How do you deal with that stuff?
I think I'm numb to it now. We've been called everything so many times. I can't even
in the beginning
take
it was
in
like,
anymore.
oh my god, I can't believe this. We should just stop doing this. And then now we just don't read the comments and keep doing it.
Yeah.
I think that's the right
I think
way to
the
do it.
last
Oh,
comment I read
are
was
you
the
guys
guy-
talking about Barfy Man 362?
Exactly.
Is that you?
No, that's that motherfucker. I don't even want to give him attention, but you know, listen, you know, saying those kind of things about me.
Talk to him right now. Talk to Barf.
Listen, Barfy Man 362.
right.
No, you cannot rape my mother with a knife.
Now it's official.
Yeah, that's the kind of comment we didn't want to read.
The way that, because honestly, I love Garfunkel and Oates and they handle the situation so well, but every joke that Norm makes is so fucking crazy, and you can just see Jenny and Kasim just drop just immediately. They're feeling good. They're feeling back into it. They're feeling like a flow going, and then their mood just completely drops off a cliff. But Garfunkel and Oates handle it perfect.
It anymore.
Yeah.
A lot of sandwich makers. Bitches, go make me a sandwich.
Those ones bother me less than the knife.
Oh yeah, the raping
mother
ones
stuff.
are worse.
Yeah, you don't want to be raped with a knife.
I'll gladly make
I
a
would
sandwich.
much rather be raped with something else.
Yeah.
Crazy. And it's because you probably shouldn't bring like actual comedians to like a YouTube event, or else you're gonna get like some crazy shit popping off. Fucking insane. But yes, shout out Norm Macdonald, R.I.P., and shout out Garfunkel and Oates, not R.I.P. Kasim G and Jenny Slate, they're good too. They're all right. And yes, also shout out Harley Morenstein.
No, Harley Morenstein.
You're not.
Harley Morenstein. Shamballa in the wild. Watching Doctor Strange with GF when a Shamballa appeared. Side note, captions are perfect because Shamballa is our mantra. And it's, I don't remember what the scene is from exactly, but it's someone holding a piece of paper that says Shamballa, and they said, "What's this?" my mantra. And it's because Shamballa is actually like a place. It's like a mythical place in Tibetan Buddhism. And so that's why they do the Shamballa festival, because they're like, yeah, we're going to reach Shamballa. We're going to reach the real Buddhist, the Tibetan Buddhist mythical kingdom of Shamballa. Where's it located? It's in the mountains, yes? The Himalayas or Central Asia. Shamballa Festival. A 4-day independent and sustainable arts and music festival held over the August bank holiday weekend, August 27th through 30th, 2026, in the Northamptonshire countryside. Northamptonshire. An area in England. We all go into Northamptonshire for Shamballa? Or I guess Northamptonshire, this is probably an incorrect thing. Northamptonshire, I guess, is two different things. I looked up where Northamptonshire is. The first option is England, but yes, it's definitely Canada. It's definitely in Canada. Yeah, Shamballa Music Festival is Canada's premier electronic music and arts festival. 200 plus cutting edge artists and 6 jaw-dropping stages come together in paradise to give life to this non-sponsored family-run anomaly. How am I supposed to say Shire? Like sure? You ever heard of a little thing called an accent? What, Northamptonshire? Is that it? Sheer? See, now you're just telling me a different type of accent, because I've definitely heard a bunch of different pronunciations then. You can in England, you can just talk whatever fucking way you want, and then people just go, that's another accent. Oh, it's just, oh, they're just from the north. Okay. But what do we think of this? I get these pop-ups every so often, but they're usually like, was this relevant or was this funny? But what the actual fuck? I guess they're trying to crack down on clickbait thumbnails? So weird. And it was the members episode from yesterday, crew takeover episode. See you next Thursday, number 138. Does this feel emotionally manipulative? Not at all. Slightly. Moderately. Very much. Extremely. I love how this gets y'all riled up. I'm always going to get riled up when someone tells me my pronunciation is bad. No. Your pronunciation is bad. What about that, huh? What about that then? I rarely even get these, and yeah, they are usually like, I was making sure this wasn't a gag. It's extremely emotionally manipulative. I wanted the crew takeover. It made me feel like I needed to click. It felt emotionally manipulative. Even though it was like they were dangling a carrot right in front of me. Triggered much? Hey. No, I'm not. That is weird, to be honest. And I thought it was funny. Someone pointed out in the comments, I think being emotionally manipulative by a YouTube video is a good thing in their eyes, right? Like, yeah, wouldn't that mean that it's just like accomplishing the goal? I guess manipulative is the thing there. Emotionally compelling would be a good thing, but manipulative implies that it's, again, like a falsehood in some way. I don't know if Grape Tickler's still in here, but this is a post from Grape Tickler. Hasan and Mike from PA made a podcast episode together, so it inspired me to make some fan art. Just the two? You know, honestly, this looks like it could be out of an episode of Star Wars. You know what I mean? This is far into the future. This is Han Solo's Nepo baby son. He's hanging out with Jabba the Hutt's son. They've started a podcast together. Grapey, the comedic genius. And honestly, this is gonna sound crazy. Because I know that what's his name? Sorry, taking me a second because I want to make sure. Yes, David Cho. Choi? David Choi? Cho? I never remember. But the artist who helped do some of the Star Wars graffiti work, I feel like this is something that he would have been inspired by. Was like the Houthis rebellion flag. The Houthis rebel flag would have been the inspiration for David Cho's Mandalorian graffiti. Did they discuss intergalactic politics? I wonder what their opinions on the Empire are. They're against the Empire, but they think that Kylo Ren kind of just needs to stay in power for now, because, like, you know, if they're not willing to completely just give it up for the rebellion, then, like, what's the point anyways? If you're not just willing to roll over for the rebellion, then what's the point of rebelling? It is just Cho? Okay. Sorry, now that I've been called out on my pronunciation, it's all I'm going to think about today. Hasan's boots. Is it boots, or is it butts, or is it boots, or is it boots, or what is it? Hasan's boots on the ground's reporting from... this is also Grape Tickler. Sorry, I pulled a couple grape ticklers today. Our grapes are being fully tickled. Hasan's boots on the ground reporting of the Cuba flotilla flying to a cozy house with electricity and Wi-Fi.
I am on my way to Cuba. By this time tomorrow, I will be live in Cuba. I will be doing a regular broadcast in Cuba as well. We are going to get to the island and interview a bunch of people. I'm going to be doing my regular news coverage when I'm out there. I have established a place where I'll hopefully be able to have internet access and energy, even though the grid is on shaky grounds. I'm very excited to go to Cuba and see grounds. Have internet access and energy, even though the grid is on shaky grounds.
Couldn't he get, like, Starlink and get, like... Is he just like, I'm not supporting Elon? Because couldn't he get, like, a Starlink that you can, like, travel internationally with? Isn't that a thing? I feel like that's got to be a thing. I don't know. I mean, I'd assume it'd work in Cuba, right? What are the ranges for their satellites? Okay, and his last stream was yesterday. Because this post was from 14 hours ago. His last stream was yesterday, but he hasn't streamed at all today. So I'm assuming he's in Cuba, right? That'd be the assumption. But he also hasn't posted on Twitter, I don't think. Fuck, it's pronounced Starlonk? I knew it. Elon would do some shit like that. All right, here, he just posted 51 minutes ago, on our way to Cuba. Delivering humanitarian aid, food, medicine, and solar panels. Cuba has always been there for others. Now it's our time to be there for Cuba. I mean, it's good that he's going there to do deliver humanitarian aid. God. But, sorry, I'm not rolling my eyes at it. I'm rolling my eyes at the fact that I couldn't say that properly. What's going on with me today? My tongue's too big for my mouth. But I just can't get past the whole issue that he had with iShowSpeed being like, why we're doing humanitarian stuff. Why won't iShowSpeed come hang out with me? That's just like the first thing on my mind.
I'm very excited to go to Cuba and see the Cuban folks, which is a beacon of hope and resilience. Yeah, I will also try to do IRL streams as well. I will try to do a roaming backpack stream as well, but that was...
It's pronounced, sorry, not Cuba, it's Cuba. Have you been to Cuba? Yes. They're not Cuban, they're Cubano. Come on. What's wrong with you?
Is going to be much more limited, of course. We are not going to be transmitting through the flight or the flotilla either. Initially, we set it up so that I could stream it, but I'm not going to be streaming that process either for safety concerns. But I will be live when I get to Cuba. Tomorrow, like I said, I will be live from Havana.
Why is he panning like he's out of breath?
Process either for safety concerns, but I will be live when I get to Cuba. Tomorrow, like I said, I will be live.
Is he?
Pack stream as well, but that is going to be much more limited, of course. We are not going to be... I'm very excited to go to a place where I'll hopefully be able to have internet access and energy, even though the grid is on shaky grounds. I'm very excited to go to Cuba and see...
Yeah, I don't know why he's... I don't even know... Yeah, I think he's just sighing in that moment, but I don't know why he's sighing at all.
When I'm out there, I have established a place where I'll hopefully be able to have internet access and energy, even though the grid is on shaky grounds. I'm very excited to go to Cuba and see the Cuban folks.
Like I didn't catch that at first. Why did he kind of have like why did he seem upset about that part? Like, I guess I'm going.
Which is a beacon of hope and resilience. Yeah, I will also try to do.
Yeah, it's just about the content. Actually going and meeting different Cuban people. He's like, fuck. I have to talk to the locals? Fuck me.
IRL streams as well. I will try to do a roaming backpack stream as well, but that is going to be much more limited, of course. We are not going to be transmitting through the
Yeah, he's constantly exasperated by the world. That's it. His life is just too hard.
Light or the flotilla either. Initially, we set it up so that I could stream it, but I'm not going to be streaming that process either for safety concerns. But I will be live when I get to Cuba. Tomorrow, like I said, I will be live from Havana.
And then this is crazy. Regardless of if it's real or fake, I agree with this person. Hasan sucks, but this is going way too far, even for BadEmpanada. And BadEmpanada's just been posting this. Landed in Cuba earlier today. I'm here solely to redacted Hasan Piker. This is where I'll bleep him. This is where I'll censor him. I don't know what this could mean though, because he's only using 3. Maybe this is also to like throw off the... It's like, you know, plausible deniability. No, I meant hug. That was clearly just it was clearly a censoring of the word hug that was done for comedic value. That's it. This is where I'll hug him. Right here, in this burning pit of fire. In this smoldering fire right here. Why did you delete the picture with the tokens? Because they need to be anonymous for the operation. Me and the boys are about to make it so no one needs to talk about him anymore. Enjoy your parasocial LARPing. And then I do think this is funny. Enjoy your parasocial LARPing, and someone replies to them saying, "Guy, your name is Ethan Klein is happy and normal. You drank the Kool-Aid too much." And I'm wondering if this person thinks that they're actually being serious and not ironic, because their is at mental decline. But I don't know. Again, it's hard for me to read sarcasm, so I don't know. Maybe they can't either. Gonna make Charlie Kirk look like child's play. Crazy shit that BadEmpanada said. Fucking insane. And then someone else said, "You'll do nothing, fuck off." And then they mental decline commented or replied with something. I don't know what that is. You've never done anything, pussy. Go make another Ethan Klein video, pussy. It's the only thing people will briefly remember you ever contributing to the world. You pathetic narcissists. You pathetic narcissists deserve each other. If you act... Oh my god. That's when they have to disavow. If he assassinates Hasan, that's when you have to disavow him. Yeah, it's just insane. Just actual insanity. And still looking homeless as ever. And again, there's no fault in being homeless. There's a fault in presenting yourself as such. You know, you always want to put your best foot forward, and he hasn't done that. And then I saw this, and this felt super dystopian, but also a little bit funny. Let me close that real quick. But this is, I spoke to AI agent Claude from Senator Bernie Sanders. A fun poll? What would be a fun poll for today? What could I do? Wearing your backpack front side is not a good look when you're talking about hugging somebody in that manner. How are you expecting to hug them? You can't ignore fun poll forever. I just don't have one prepped for today. I need to create a new list. I've been too backed up on my video that I'm working on. Oh, and yes, they are supposed to go live in 45 minutes. So there is an H3 show today. I like Claude for the most part better than GPT. Even if it's better than GPT, this just whole concept of speaking to it just face to face is dystopian. It's super dystopian, especially on this level right now. Like, it'll be even more dystopian when it's an actual bot sitting across from you that can speak to you perfectly. Direct quote from Hasan to Ethan regarding BadEmpanada role-playing killing Hila. You can't deal with someone giving back the same level of smoke to you. Hey, I guess you're right. God damn, I need to fix my Band-Aid. Oh, it's on the inside of my nose. It's making my nose all itchy. Okay, there we go. Oh. You know, I've never had a Band-Aid on my nose like this. Is it still bleeding? It's not bleeding bad, I'll just take it off now. Okay? Okay. Just a cut now. It's on this side, so I can't even see it. Shouldn't touch it though, I'm gonna end up opening it back up. But yes. I heal super fast. I'm like Wolverine. But yes, this is Senator Bernie Sanders speaking to AI agent Claude. So let's check this out.
Claude, this is Senator Bernie Sanders. I have been taking a hard look at how AI impacts American society in terms of economics and job loss, in terms of the mental health of our kids, in terms of what it will do to the political process. What I want to talk to you about is another issue, and that is the impact of AI on privacy. I want to know, among other things, just how much of the information that AI collects is being used, and what would surprise the American people in terms of knowing how that information is collected?
Yeah, that's the thing that would probably shock most Americans. Companies are collecting data from everywhere. Your browsing history, your location, what you buy, what you search for, even how long you pause on a web page. Then they're feeding all of that into AI systems that create incredibly detailed profiles about you. What would surprise people is how little they actually consented to and how little they understand about it. Most people...
I need to kind of... Oh, it is just quiet. Why does this keep happening on YouTube? For some reason, YouTube recently has just been, like, turning my volume down. I always keep it at, like, max volume. I don't know why that keeps happening.
People click agree on terms of service without reading them, and they have no idea that their data is being combined with thousands of other data points to build a picture of who they are. And then that AI uses those profiles to decide what ads you see, what prices you're shown, even what information gets prioritized in your social media feed. It's all happening in the background, invisible and largely unregulated.
I mean, I think most...
I guess my greater question is, I just kind of assumed all of that type of stuff was being collected. Like, you know, your amount of time spent on... Like, at the very least, they would track, like, IPs on, in browser time. Like, to see how long you're staying on certain URLs, how quickly you pass between different pages and stuff like that. Because that's how you'd be able to then, assess geographical data and stuff like that. Now, if it is getting more involved in terms of, like, individually... Because, like I'm saying, it's like, obviously you're feeding into an algorithm that's just feeding things back out to you. The problem is then selling the information that is, like, learned from that. But again, it's like, what is the actual greater implication of that specific data? Because I understand the whole, if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear, is like a minimization of the fear of like surveillance states. But I think there is like a certain level of things where it is just like personal comfort over like, as opposed to explaining the utility. Because, like, yes, you don't want somebody to see a jork in it, but at the end of the day, it's like that's a social issue more than anything. It's like, it's not really like that negatively impacts you anything more than just embarrassment. I don't know. I've always thought about that if there were cameras in my home that caught me just jorking it, I kind of wouldn't care that much. If I all of a sudden got hacked and then like they had a video of me or something, I'd be like, okay. It doesn't matter if you're big, small, or hooked to the right or left. None of that matters. I missed your impression of me. What'd you do, Alex? What did you fucking do? That's a pejorative. Hey, Alex, don't make me call you a pejorative. Trust me, I'll call you a slur you've never even fucking heard of, Alex. Don't try me. For you specifically, Alex, I'll do it.
Most Americans will know the answer to this, but why is all of this information being collected? What's the goal here?
Money, Senator. It's fundamentally about profit.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you got a video of me jerking it? Post it, pussy. Exactly. Do it. You won't.
Companies collect all this data because AI allows them to turn it into valuable insights. They can predict what you'll buy, target you with ads that are more likely to work, charge different prices to different people based on what they know about you. Advertisers pay premium prices for access to these detailed profiles because they're incredibly effective at manipulating consumer behavior. And it's not just about selling you stuff either. Political campaigns use the same AI and data to figure out how to persuade you, which messages will work on you specifically. Data brokers buy and sell information about millions of Americans without their knowledge. The bottom line is that your attention, your behavior, your choices, all of that has become a commodity to be bought and sold.
All right, Claude, you mentioned...
And see, I think that is like the greater issue. It's because, again, it's like I'm saying, I'm talking about the more... the general fear that people have, but they're not thinking of this is kind of what I was asking, is those greater implications that are brought up through things like your attention, your behavior, your choices, that can then be dissected and then built into advertisement directed at you that will, feed into your vices and feed into like all of these things that you're trying to maybe work against, to make sure that they hold you in like a cycle of repetitive purchasing, or more harm that could be done, theoretically. But I think in general, it's like the negatives that are done are merely just like effects of the monetary like gains that are sought out by these companies. It's not like they're, because I think too many people try and turn it into like this idea that, oh, they want people to become fat and lazy so that they can so that they need more, like, you know what I mean? It's like this theory of like these different things, and it's like when in reality they just understand that things like sugar are addictive, and that if they add them to food, you know what I mean? It's like there are other ways to theorize about these, about the implications of these different issues in society. Yeah, the data brokering is the issue. Not only is it manipulative when it comes to confidentiality, but there are security threats as well. And that's why you never use online. You never use the internet. I'm only on paper.
Claude, you mentioned...
That's the real issue, too, is that at this point, like, you can't even use, like, I feel like most banks will be like, go on our website, go do this, go, oh, you need to create an account, we need to create an online file for you. And so even if you aren't creating it, like, even if you weren't on a computer, it's like they're going to have some data of you somewhere. My boob is on Tumblr somewhere, oh no! All of our boobs are on Tumblr somewhere, don't worry.
Politics, well, I am in politics, and I'm deeply concerned about the future of American democracy. Elaborate a little bit on how AI and profiling can impact the political process.
That's a critical point, Senator. AI profiling poses a real threat to democracy because it enables micro-targeting at a scale we've never seen before. A campaign or political actor can use AI to identify voters based on incredibly specific vulnerabilities. Maybe someone who's financially anxious or feels isolated or distrusts institutions, and then serve them precisely crafted messages designed to exploit those vulnerabilities.
I mean, at this point, though, it's like one of those things where I feel like at this point, you can't necessarily stop this from happening. Because, yeah, I mean, I think that is kind of the end result, is that, like I'm saying, is you are going to be fed advertisements for products, for political campaigns, for whatever, targeted to you based on these very specific, like, behaviors that you have online. And I do think that is probably the most negative aspect of it. The data brokering, obviously, I think that's the most, and then this is kind of like a product of that, you know what I mean? And so it's the fact that, like, but then it brings into question that, like I'm saying, like, you can't necessarily stop this, so I think all you can try and do is counteract it in a way to try and, like, because I guess that's the other issue. It's just there's so many issues tied into it. Because what you would want to do at that point is try and counteract it by having other, other people target the same demographics on a micro scale to be able to counteract these negatively impacting advertisements that are being fed to them. That and not even advertisements necessarily, just algorithmic pushes as well. I keep saying advertisements, but it isn't. It's greater than that too, because it is just baked into the algorithm itself for most of these platforms. But even if you do, like, even if you are able to create, like, you know, counter messaging in whatever way, then it becomes an issue with who are the actual companies that put out these advertising, these advertisements, and who build the algorithms. Who are they, you know, at service to? Like, who are they working for? And yeah, it kind of runs too deep at that point. And that's why we need to go back to books. Go back to books and reading. Sorry, guys. Only go on YouTube for me, the H3 podcast, the H3 After Show, Alex the Fiction, Fupa Troopa, Haley's Comment, name a few others. A Madman, obviously, Lus. Come on, guys. There's only a few out there. Fuck, I'm naming too many, though. They're going to build the algorithm again. They're going to suck you back in. Fuck. See, but it is like a thing. It's interesting. It's an interesting conversation. Because, like I'm saying, is I think that the ability to create counter messaging on this micro scale is a positive thing as well. But yeah, it's like, I guess, micro, like, honing in on these, like, on individuals is probably a big issue. I will save the YouTube. They're gonna suck me? Oh no! No, no, no!
Unlike traditional political messaging, where everyone sees roughly the same ad, AI allows...
I'm sorry. I'm feeling this too, Bernie. You know, I'm having an existential moment. But I don't mean to be rude, but you're kind of on your way out the door. Like, you don't need to be this distraught. I was expecting him to go full head and hands for a second.
Unlike traditional political messaging, where everyone sees roughly the same ad, AI allows campaigns to show completely different narratives to different groups. One voter sees a message about protecting jobs. Another sees one stoking fear about immigration, and they're living in different information worlds. That fragmenting of shared reality undermines the democratic process itself. And it gets worse if bad actors, foreign governments for instance, get access to these profiles and use them to sow division and manipulate elections. The American people deserve to know they're being targeted this way, and they deserve real...
And the problem is, you know, there's already people that will, you know, attempt this stuff without AI. All the AI does is makes it more accessible. It makes it more, like, available for these individuals who want to act nefariously. And yeah, and that's what I'm saying is I don't think it's something you can necessarily stop, and that's why we need to think about, like, you know, countermeasures to be able to counteract these issues.
Protections.
Well, I'm going to get to the issue of protections in a minute.
Yeah, I guess the biggest issue is it's hard to create counter messaging when the biggest funders come from one side, you know.
But let me ask you this. People tell AI agents like you, Claude, a lot of personal information. And some people have said their AI knows more about them than their spouses do. At the same time,
And that is also an issue. Don't be a weirdo. You know, there's parasocial relationships and then there's AI relationships. No, 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 no. Hit yourself in the head a couple times. Maybe it'll knock some sense into you. No, don't do that either. That might make it worse. That might make you start crying to the AI. And then it'll console you. And then you'll get married. An endless cycle. How do you have AI babies? Do you just tell them and then they go, there they are, our children, our beautiful children. Yes, just Randy Marsh out. He didn't actually hear this. He just pulled that from that South Park episode. I love that. I love that idea because obviously South Park pulled it as like an issue from like reality. Like that's something that real people do. But the idea that Bernie Sanders was just watching South Park and was like, my God, I knew it.
And some people have said their AI knows more about them than their spouses do. At the same time, companies are using this information to, quote unquote, train new models. How can we trust AI companies will protect our privacy when they use people's personal information to make money?
That's the core contradiction right there, Senator. You're asking people to trust companies whose entire business...
My biggest pet peeve is when people call ChatGPT chat like they're on a first name basis with it. I honestly haven't heard somebody do that. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I was on chat. Me and GPT were talking it up. Hey yo, GPT. Hey yo, model version 1.76513, whatever it is.
Business model depends on extracting value from your personal data. There's an inherent conflict of interest. An AI company says they'll protect your privacy while simultaneously training their models on that same personal information to build...
I have not heard of AI 2027 here. I'm going to look at this on the side.
...build better products they can sell or monetize. How do you trust that? You really can't. Not without strong legal safeguards. Right now, there's almost no accountability. Companies can collect your data, use it however they want, and face minimal consequences if things go wrong. Until we have real regulations with teeth, transparency requirements, consent rules, penalties for misuse, people have every reason to be skeptical about whether their privacy is actually being protected.
Claude, what you're telling me is that things are...
Start feeding the AI, guys, start feeding the AI false information. Just start being like, my ears hurt. I have a lot of ear pain all the time, even though you don't. My fingers got all long. They started drooping. What do I do, ChatGPT? You start getting some kind of arthritis medication advertised to you. That's how we counteract it. We start feeding it false data. Oh, you want to know about my banking statements? Well, yeah, you just got some random information. I always take what ChatGPT says with a grain of salt. I always take it with a hefty pound of salt. The whole thing is this. When using ChatGPT, you should almost always end every, like, if you're... One, I think that you should mostly be using ChatGPT in creative pursuits, not to substitute your creative process, but to aid in your creative process through things like storyboarding and, like, you know, greater expansion on, like, ideas that you might not, you know, you might need, like, to kind of bounce off of somebody else that you might not have creative partners working on. I think that that kind of thing is decently fine, but if you are going to use it specifically for like data, like collecting data or research, you have to make sure to, at the end of every prompt, say, please cite every and all sources necessary, and then you'll get a list of sources that then you don't even need to read the overview that ChatGPT gave you. You could just go to those sources because those will just give you a better result than a lot of the times than when you can just Google something on Google. I feel like when you just Google something, it'll just end up being, when you Google something on Yahoo, when you Google something, it ends up being like, you know, 20 links to like useless websites until you get to something useful. Sometimes, you know, if you're just Googling YouTube, it'll come up quick. But, you know, if you're actually trying to find something a little bit more complicated, it can take a few searches. And that, I think ChatGPT does help sometimes. Using different AI softwares can help. But yeah, you need those sources. It usually cites it automatically. Sometimes it doesn't, and that's why I always clarify. Yep, was just about to say that. SEO is fun. SEO does suck. I tried to get a job doing some SEO work, and it was it was basically just Google. It was like Google, I forget what it's called. It was like optimizing search results, doing that. And I wonder how they're doing it with AI now, because that was a while ago that I tried to hop on that. ChatGPT, it does it for me, at least. Yeah, I think it does. It does a lot of the time, but there are times when I've had to be like, come on, give me the real stuff. Yeah, the AI is an aggregator that makes for a much quicker Google search. Double check the sources. It fucks up a lot. Yeah, because sometimes it'll cross-reference sources that might have like information that like dispute each other, or like information that like go against each other. And so then it won't clarify that like different sources say different things. It'll either just choose one or just ignore that like information entirely. Google does completely suck now, because now it is almost, I mean, a lot of it is sourced by AI. It feels like it uses the AI overview and then just gives you a bunch of other results to things that are unhelpful. You know, it's one of those things where you just need to get good at Google searches too. Like, being a good Googler is complicated when you have to use things like, you have to use quotation marks and use colons and use backslashes, use different like things to optimize your searches, because like if you use quotations, that means it'll be like directly found within the articles that you're looking at. It's all stupid. It's like, don't you think that should kind of be either outlined clearly on Google or like not a thing at all, really? But here, let's keep hearing about how our data is being stolen.
Are moving very quickly. People have very little understanding about the kind of information about them that is being collected and how it can be used. Given the speed at which AI is developing and the impact it's going to have on so many aspects of our life, would you support or think it's a good idea to have a moratorium on the development of new AI data centers?
Senator, that's a really tough question because there are real trade-offs. A moratorium would buy us time to put guardrails in place, privacy protections, transparency requirements, accountability mechanisms, before things get even further out of hand. And you're right that the speed is outpacing our ability to regulate it, but I'd say the more targeted approach might be stronger. Rather than pause all AI development, we could impose strict rules on data collection and use right now, require explicit consent, limit what data can be used for training, give people rights to access and delete their information. We could also mandate transparency so people actually understand what's happening with their data. That way, you're not freezing innovation, but you're actually protecting privacy while development continues. What matters most is that we act fast, because everyday companies are collecting more data and building more capabilities.
Funny thing is, when I was researching for our conversation, I used Gemini and ChatGPT and noticed some differences in the information and would have to pull out the truth from GPT. Yeah, that's the thing, is you can tell that it's not even necessarily that it's like biased, but you can tell that they have guardrails that they use for their different AIs, obviously, because they don't want to overstep some legal boundaries and stuff, but like they don't want to incite violence or anything like that through their AI services. And so these guardrails will at times end up stripping away information as well.
Capabilities.
Well, Claude, the problem with what you said is that AI companies, as I'm sure you're aware...
Well, and honestly, I have to agree with Claude here. We can't think like Luddites and turn against technology and be like, you know, everything new is just going to be damaging, because, you know, they thought the same thing about computers. They thought the same thing about, you know, it's a continuing, you know, it's a never-ending cycle. And the things we can only hope to do is try and optimize these services in a way that reduces the struggle of individuals, like on a mass scale. You know, like one thing I hear people say a lot is like, oh, you know, there's so much water wasted through ChatGPT. ChatGPT wastes so much water. And it's like, while that is true that there is a lot of water that gets used up by ChatGPT, there's also a lot of other things that waste water. Like, I think like the US uses like, it's like 20% of, isn't it like 20%? It's like 20%, right? On like food that isn't eaten. How much water is used? Agriculture. American agriculture accounts for approximately 80 to 90% of the national consumption water use, with irrigation efficiency estimating at only 60 to 70%, leading to significant losses through evaporation, transpiration, and transport. Food waste link. A significant portion of agricultural water is wasted through food waste globally. 24%. That's globally. Someone for America. Come on. That's globally 24% of water, or 24% of all agricultural water is lost due to food that is thrown away. That's globally. Now I'm pulling up the actual like thing. I mean, even not pulling it up, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find the actual percentage here that's based on that. That might have been what I was thinking, honestly, was the global number. But regardless, I think the point I'm making is still stands, that there is still a lot of waste that's used in other areas that we don't try and, you know, think about. We don't try and, you know, cut down on. And it's like, if we can use AI in ways to optimize, in ways of optimizing these different other, like, oh my god, I need to slow down. If we can use AI in the pursuit of optimizing these other excess uses of our resources, there we go. See, every once in a while, you just need to take a step back, take a breath, say it clearly, and you're good to go. But yeah, I think that it's about creating laws that, again, it's these guardrails sometimes make AI more difficult to use, but if they do help us in, like, protecting our data, then I think creating legal guidelines is probably the best pursuit.
Are pouring hundreds of millions of dollars into the political process to make sure that the safeguards that you're talking about actually do not take place. So while you may be right in saying that that would be a better approach, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen soon. Given that reality, do you think it makes sense to have a moratorium on data centers so we can slow up the process?
Also, what is this music? It's got like some horror movie music in the background.
You're absolutely right, Senator. I was being naive about the political reality. When companies are spending hundreds of millions...
It's so funny because you don't realize, maybe he doesn't realize, or maybe he doesn't use AI enough. AI is notoriously appeasing. All it wants to do is appease. So if you tell it, well, that doesn't actually make sense. What about this instead? It'll go, you know what? I didn't think about that. You're right. You know what? I hadn't thought about that aspect.
To block regulation.
Yeah, and the Black Mirror lighting with like the the camera off a tripod. This camera could have easily just been set on a tripod, but instead it's just got a guy shakily moving around. They didn't even get a gimbal for it.
Waiting for the right safeguards isn't realistic. It just gives them more time to entrench their power and collect more data. A moratorium on new data centers is actually a pragmatic response to that problem. It forces a pause that gives lawmakers like yourself.
Hi, I found you from the Gut Man. Ah, what's up? Welcome in. Happy to see you stop by. We're talking about Bernie Sanders. He's old. Get with the times, old man. No, that's not the point that's being made, but it is true.
Actual leverage to demand real protections before companies can keep expanding. Without that kind of pressure, you're right, the safeguards won't happen.
Well, Claude, thank you. And let me just ask you, is there anything else that you think the American people should understand about the threat of AI in terms of privacy?
I think the key thing is that privacy isn't just a personal issue, it's a democracy issue. When companies and governments have detailed profiles of millions of people, they have power over those people in ways most Americans don't fully grasp. They can manipulate your choices, predict your behavior, and influence your thinking. So this isn't abstract. It affects whether democracy actually works. That's why I think your focus on this is so important, Senator.
Well, Claude, thank you very much for your help.
I was really hoping he'd put his hand out to try and shake Claude's hand. Will you be voting for Bernie Sanders in the upcoming election, Claude? Claude goes, yes. Yes, Bernie. After speaking to you, I think I can. Still no title or anything. Let me get the actual poll up. Sorry, I didn't do a fun poll today. I should have. I'll have a fun poll ready for Monday. I was thinking I might be doing a members stream tomorrow, but if I do, it's just going to be an editing stream where you guys just see my face while I'm editing off screen, and then I'll show sometimes what I've edited while talking to chat. But I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. I'm still trying to think it out. I just really need to finish this video I'm working on. But then after I put this poll up, I do want to look at this AI 2027. Thanks for sending this to me. I'm wondering what this is. Okay, how late will the H3 show start today? On time early? 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And oh, you know what I can do too? Let me make sure I don't pull up my folders by accident. I have YouTube music that I've prepped. I have copyright-free music that I can listen to while I read this. We're so cool. I have these in too many folders. Not this one. Not that one. I just needed to get to the playlists. Not this one either. Let's go with this one. Something a little simple. Put that down though. Something a little slick while we talk about AI. Just on the back end. Let me know if you can still hear that. If you can't hear it, that would kind of be pointless, but I think that's fine. So this is AI 2027. Daniel Kokotaglo and Scott Alexander, Thomas Larson, Ellie Lifland, Romeo Dean. We predict that the impact of superhuman AI over the next decade will be enormous, exceeding that of the Industrial Revolution. We wrote a scenario that represents our best guess about what that might look like. It's informed by trend extrapolations, war games, expert feedback, experience at OpenAI, and previous forecasting success. Okay. So this is mid-2025, stumbling agents, let's get past. We're already in we're reaching mid 2026 already. Kind of crazy. Go for the worst possible song tonally. I don't know if you could have a bad song that would work here tonally. Should I go like super sad? Because here's the thing. I think AI is one of those things where it's like, this is the point where we have our split. The timeline split here. Will AI become the thing that destroys us, or the thing that brings us out of our current cave, you know? Because we like to think about the amount of success that humanity's had in, you know, just the last few hundred years. Now, what can happen with AI? There's definitely a lot of issues as well, don't get me wrong. We're definitely in a Black Mirror episode. When I saw the video of just this image alone, Bernie Sanders, Senator Bernie Sanders, speaking to face with an AI bot. It's just crazy. But yes. I still genuinely think, I also think we're still somewhat, oh my god. I didn't know I was dyslexic. I also genuinely think we're still somewhat figuring out AI, if that makes sense. There are still so many unknowns regarding AI. We know more than we did a few years ago, but still, yeah, I do think that's also true, that like AI is, again, in the same way that technology has like had exponential growth, I think that AI is going to have the same kind of exponential growth for sure. Okay. So let's see what this is. So this is mid 2026, and these are all just a prediction. So let's remember that these are all just predictions being made. Mid 2026, China wakes up. In China, the CCP is starting to feel the AGI. Is this true? Has this happened? China AI. Chip export controls and lack of government support have left China under-resourced compared to the West. By smuggling banned Taiwanese chips, buying older chips, and producing domestic chips about 3 years behind the US-Taiwanese frontier, China has managed to maintain about 12% of the world's AI-relevant compute. But the older technology is harder to work with, and supply is a constant headache. A few standouts like DeepSend do very impressive work with limited compute. But the compute deficit limits what they can achieve without government support, and they are about 6 months behind the best open brain models. You know what? This is kind of interesting. It's interesting that their theories are very like specific, like what they're theorizing is very specific. Or am I misunderstanding this? Yeah, our best guess. Your best guess is very specific with things like alignment for Agent 3. Open Brain safety team attempt to align Agent 3. What was the one that I saw that was kind of crazy? Yeah, China steals Agent 2. Like, I guess it makes sense. Yeah, they're all in an arms race to make their own AI. Everybody wants a soldier that doesn't need to sleep, you know? And I've been saying this, is even outside of AI, I'm thinking things like the brain chip, things like that, like Elon's Neuralink, are what we really need to be worried about. Because like I'm saying, you don't even need AI. If you can get somebody highly trained with a Neuralink to control multiple RoboCops at a single time, they will come get you. I'm telling you. This is my theory. RoboCops will exist at some point. There will be RoboCops, but they won't just be robots. They will be like, you know, controlled by some dude sitting in like a cubicle, hooked up to like a VR set. He's not even in a VR set. You know what he is? He's just he has his Neuralink hooked up in his brain, and he's just got his eyes closed. They have like a, you know, he's in like a deprivation room, depriving him of all light and sound. And then he's able to control multiple RoboCops at a single time. And think about it. When RoboCop dies, you just spawn another. You just have another leave the factory. They're just going to be playing RoboCop, the video game. I'm telling you. Elon Musk is so gross. There was AI-generated CP running rampant with Grok on Twitter. Oh, I did hear about that. That Grok was just like, basically anybody could just be like, make this person naked, and then Grok would go, okay, sure. And then it was doing it for like just anybody, regardless of age or anything. This shouldn't be read as a prediction, in my opinion. It's one possible scenario, according to AI forecast specialists, to help people visualize the threat it imposes. Yeah, well, I was just going off of their phrasing at the beginning that this is our best guess, but I guess, yeah, it's just what they've outlined as a possible, or I guess it's not possible, it's probably the most plausible, I guess, is what they're saying. Where it's not necessarily going to happen, but something like it should happen. Here, now I'm gonna play this song. Go, go, go. Oh, will they be starting in 2 minutes? Everybody's thinking 30 minutes late today. Yeah. That was interesting. Let me see if there's something else. What do we think of this song? Any opinions? We hate Elon in Europe, LOL. The thing is, I don't even think people in the US generally like Elon that much. Like, I think it's a very specific group. Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's like a very niche group that are like huge fans of Elon, and Elon just has the money to buy a bunch of like fans online.
Out of all the land.
I was looking to see. I was trying to see if there was anything interesting in my watch later playlist. And I just had the first two things are crazy. Is the first one isn't that crazy. It's America Frozen in Time. Adventure Crossing Appalachian Ghost Towns. But the next one is mummifying a man for the first time in 3,000 years. I mean, I don't even remember clicking. I don't remember adding this to any list, but shout out Odyssey, ancient history documentaries. I do love me some ancient history documentaries. I feel like the last documentaries I was watching were about the Americas. I don't remember watching anything because they did do mummification in South America a bit more. But I'm like, I'm a little thrown off by this. I don't remember adding this one at all.
Out of all.
You want to see some Appalachian stuff? Who here from Appalachia? America Frozen in Time. Adventure across Appalachian Ghost Town. Appalachian or Appalachian? The question. I don't know if it's a good question. Oh, this one isn't even... I think I watched another one of these, and the guy like got into there was like a plane. There was just a truly abandoned town. I've been to very few actually like abandoned places. I was really upset. There was a mall near me that got demolished, I think maybe 2 years ago. The mall got demolished and it had been stood there abandoned for years. And I had friends who had gone and I just never went with them. And I just regret never going at this point. It's so sad. There was also this. This is one place that I went to that was abandoned, called The Domes in Casa Grande, Arizona. I think, from what I've researched, I'm pretty sure it was like... Some people tried to say it was like a... intended for an electronic manufacturing plant that never opened. Some people said like it was an old like medic spot or something. Like I've heard a bunch of different things about what it was, but it was something much more innocuous. And then people were like, and then they did occult rituals in these tunnels underneath it. And then when I went there, these tunnels were like maybe 3 feet tall. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like it was probably for running wire or something. Like it was probably literally like just there for like running some type of cabling. But yes. What was the other one? I'm trying to remember what the third one was. The other place that I went to, I watched a Netflix documentary about a bunch of artists in Providence, Rhode Island that squatted at a mall for a few years, even personalized the space. That's pretty legit. See, if you're not going to do anything with the property, why not just let homeless people go in there? You know what I mean? I know there's a fear, oh, what if they wreck it? It's already, I mean, look at it. You're letting it rot already. What if they die in there? They already die on the street. Again, what's the difference? And not to say that they should die on the street or they should die in the mall, but I think having a roof over their head would probably be a little bit better, right? Like, at least in my opinion. I think I showed this one on stream before. Yes. Yes, the George Air Force Base. I went to the George Air Force Base as well, and that's in Southern California. The George Air Force Base is sick. It does have some people working. They've like started to build out some of the nearby areas. I keep grabbing the bloody spot on my nose, not thinking about it. My God. But it was literally in, what was it? It was created during what war? Yeah, at the beginning of World War II, he was assigned to the V Sector Command, Philippines. It was made after, but basically it was just a place where all military families could live. It had it had houses, apartments, schools, a movie theater, a bowling alley, businesses, like a bunch of stuff. And you're not supposed to go into any of the structures. You're able to look at stuff from the outside, but it literally, like, they have signs up saying you're not allowed to go into any of them. We weren't destroying anything. We weren't spray painting. We were just going and taking photos. I don't know if I have any of the photos still. I might. I'd need to pull them, I think, from I don't even know if I do. I need to pull them from a SD card that I don't even know if I have anymore. But they were, it was honestly pretty cool. It was pretty cool going there. Because we went through some of the schools, we went through the apartments, and it was all just, like, a lot of it was still just the way it was left. Like, it was quite literally, even though they had built out some of the other buildings to have, like, offices or something, a lot of them were still just left the way that they were. Cleared out furniture, obviously, but a lot of the even some of them still had furniture, though. Like, some of the apartments still had furniture. A lot of the school furniture was removed, though. The mall was in business too at the time, which makes it even more interesting. Oh, homeless people squatting in the mall that's opened. Them squatter rights. Hey, if you can do it. I'm not a huge Sam and Colby fan, but I really liked their Catacombs episode. I never really got into their content. I think I can't even remember what it was. I think I watched like one video from them. Oh, wow. Here's something interesting. Here's a little bit of lore for you. When I was a wee lad, the age of 10, I would have been, yes. Like 10 or 9. I would have been like 9 years old. Damn, I didn't think about that. I would have been 9. I started watching the creator Official Nerd Cubed because he did gaming videos, and I was a little kid and I was like, I want to watch some gaming. And I think this is probably my introduction to like the British algorithm. For some reason he got pushed on my algorithm, and then I just started getting into like a lot more British YouTubers.
That's so nice. Anyway, Snowy. Gone to the snowy place and do some parkouring. Oh, slippy.
He's doing a 15-year, I don't even know, just stream, I guess. Celebration. Didn't even put celebration on here, though. But yeah, that's interesting. Going back and playing old games. Ooh, they're going to talk about this. I did hear about this. I didn't find it necessary to talk about, to be honest. It was kind of short news. So I won't spoil it. You know what? I'll let it go and give them the time. But new Bachelorette canned. Michaela cheated. Myron's ex humiliates him. I don't know what Michaela who is this, the Bachelorette or a different Michaela? And then is Myron this guy or is this Myron Gaines? I guess we have to watch and find out. Is this one in Arizona? From Aroka News. This is either Arizona or New Mexico.
I like it more than my husband does.
No, I was gonna say it could be Texas, but it would be kind of. I feel like it would be like bordering New Mexico, more like West Texas, like Northwest Texas.
So, because this is good for your soul, you don't hear. There's no noise, no TV.
Michaela Nogueira, is that it? Nogueira, am I saying that right? Nogueira.
No phone. The most noise sometimes I'm out here by myself is hearing the birds go by, the crows, their wings, you know.
You can't understand the Wild West until you understand here, Death Valley.
Oh, it's California. Okay, I was thinking it could be California too, but again, it's like that bordering. It's that I don't even consider Death Valley California. It's Death Valley.
In this part of the country, the freedom open
If you're not on the coast, are you really even part of California? The desert doesn't count.
space and pioneering spirit that America was once known for are
Or yeah, how far does Death Valley span?
1,000 people at one time. You know, we still have an outhouse here. It's like living a long time ago.
Yeah, instead of going to malls, now I look at rocks. And I didn't ever like rocks.
People on the planet, and only 35 people live here.
And to get that, residents put up with Earth's highest temperatures and almost complete isolation.
How far is it from here to the nearest store?
Have you ever watched The Oldest View on YouTube, Captain? Please change that ugly ass mouse set, dude. Hey, how about this? How about you go fuck yourself? This is the best mouse. I chose it for a reason. Look at that. Look at that. Why would I choose your fuck ass mouse? I was gonna use the little dinosaur cursor. Who remembers that? Who remembers the dinosaur cursor? When I was a kid, this was the cursor that I used to change all of the computer mouses to at school. How old is this video? This video is 17 years ago. Who remembers him? You can't hear anything? What did I do? I had skull and crossbones. I had an H3 cursor. Interesting. What does that look like? Like just H3? It's just the logo, just a box. I can't tell if it's a hand or a dick and balls. Well, I think that's your brain. I can tell what it is just fine. It's a hand going like this, clearly. You get your mind out of the gutter. Now I'm going to switch it over to just be a dick and balls every time I go over to click, just for you. I'll change the scrolling wheel, the loading wheel, change that to just a random dick and balls for no reason. God, now my nose is so itchy because of my cat. Sorry, I need to check. You got me. You got me good. But I'm gonna get him back. Where is he? Where is he? Since they're taking so long, it's time to bring Kitty on stream. You sleeping? Come here. Tell them what you did. Tell them what you did. Huh? Huh? Well, you're tired of something? Want me to put you back and go to sleep? What's up? Try to scratch me again? Good thing we cut your nails. You try and grab me. What's up? What's up? You're too tired. Okay, I'll put you down. I'll put you back. You can go to sleep. I literally set him back down. He has this. We have a big bean bag that we basically use as our like side chair for the living room, and he just sleeps in that sometimes, like it's his bed. So I put him back in it, and he just laid down immediately. I'm allergic to my cat's saliva, and he loves to bite me. I've never heard of that. That's interesting. I guess I just didn't realize you could be allergic to saliva. If my hand looks like that, I need to get it checked out. You need to get your mind checked out. Out of the gutter. Computer, make the kibby be good. He is. Don't worry, the computer's already been on that. Oh, 4 minutes. What do we think? Is it gonna start? Here. I know I got something else. I know I got something ready for you. Here you go. This is the one. This is the one. My cat got so excited to see me, she tried to bite my elbow. My cat literally has... I just have huge bites in my ankle. Or in my... Not my ankle, in my calf. My cat loves to jump up. Like, imagine this is my... Imagine these are his hands, right? His head's right here. These are his arms. This is the back of my leg. This is my calf. He goes, wraps himself around my calf, and will sometimes, when he does it, bite my leg. Most of the time, he just goes, and will just kind of go, whoo, with his paws and then run away. But sometimes he'll go, ah, and I'm like, dude, what is going on? He only does it to me. He only does it to me. Yeah, they're bites of love. Yeah, I've heard of dander, but yeah, I haven't heard of saliva either. Yeah, just taking a little nibble. You know, I guess I can talk about this quickly. This is going to come completely out of left field. Like, you guys aren't going to know any of what I'm about to talk about. Who here knows about Adam Killa? Adam Killa? Does anyone here know about Adam Killa? Adam Killa? Sorry, pulling this over. Adam Killa is the guy who does these videos. He just does these all the time with different people.
To a 13-year-old. Oh, you 13, ain't you? 13?
Kind of a crazy one, Adam. Gotta tell you, that probably wasn't it.
Send this to a 14-year-old.
Why are you doing all these ones for kids? What's going on, Adam? This isn't your usual niche.
Send this to a German baddie. Ooh, you a German baddie, ain't you? German. Guten Nacht. Guten Nacht. Guten Nacht. Guten Nacht.
But we're not going to be talking about Adam Killa. Adam Killa, I'm just going to keep saying his name 2 different ways every time I talk about him. Adam Killa, Adam Killa, goes around doing these types of videos, just going, like, promoting his music by doing these, like, dumb dances and stuff. It's just for fun, it's for giggles, it's for laughs. But eventually there was this guy that came about who called himself the evil Adam Killa. Come on. I can pull up his account. Okay, I guess I just have to pull up his account. Is it gonna... Is one of these... Are there one of these? Oh. Well, basically for a while, this guy, Salvi June, was promoting himself as the evil Adam Killa. I don't know if they're actually cousins. They were promoting it as he was his cousin that he hates. And Adam was like, I hate this guy. He's a piece of shit. And he's like, I'm the evil Adam Killa. Check me out. Infrabrand had a Dax Flame collab. I'm about to say fuck all this stuff and move on to that. That sounds way more important. But basically, the problem is that Salvi June was doing this evil Adam Killa stuff, kind of blew up a little bit off of that, and has since amassed a little bit of a following, and had like a full, this whole, I don't even know if I can call it an episode. It's this whole thing that him and this group that they're calling themselves Sigil Kult. They're calling themselves Sigil Kult, and they were basically just tweaking out in an apartment for like 2 months post-eviction. And here, I'm trying to find the clips of it. Trying to make sure there's also nothing too bad in the video I'm going to show. Yeah. You found the new AMP. And it's just them literally in an apartment that they thrashed. And they were giving everybody the address. And basically, the person who was renting out this apartment, it was a homeless person who goes by the name Egg God. And they were basically like bumming off of him. Then he got evicted because he was also just destroying the apartment and stuff because he's mentally unwell, because I said he's homeless even though he has this apartment. He's usually homeless and goes out onto the street because of things like this. But I think he had this apartment through social services. I think he was able to get this. But then started having all these friends come around and fuck up the whole apartment. This thing is actually insane. Like, it's actually the most insane thing. Egg God. Egg God. I'm new here. Do you stream before every H3 stream? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of content right now because we're waiting for it to start. You know, it's the true waiting room at this point. But yes, I do this before every H3 show. So we're just waiting for them to start. But I'm talking about this right now because this is just some tangential Instagram news. But yes, these people were doing some crazy stuff, destroying the place, and eventually even, like, I can't even show that much from their Instagram, I've got to be completely honest, because a lot of it is just like them doing, like them huffing NOS and, you know, what is it called? Galaxy gas, doing stuff like that. And yeah, one of the last things they did was they rented out a studio to make music for 24 hours because they didn't have anywhere else to go. And yeah, it eventually, so this is the actual Sigil Kult page where he's trying to get this page to blow up. And it's just so crazy because they're literally just a group of bums. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like, I'm not going to be nice about it. They're literally just a group of bums that are trying to, like, siphon off of anybody that they can get into their circle. Like, people keep bringing up all of these different people in their clique where it's like they have a couple people where it's like they actually look clean. You know that they go back home at night. You know that they go to a home and a bed at night and they don't even invite the Sigil Cult over. They're not really part of the cult. And it's like, bro, you guys do not understand what it's like knowing people like this. Because in general, here's the thing. You want to help out the people that are willing to accept your help. But some people aren't willing to accept your help and want to just let themselves become more and more just like destroyed over time. They want to degrade themselves more and more through their actions. And at that point, that's when you kind of just have to let it be. You know what I mean? Let it be. I'm trying to find the craziest part of this whole thing is that the security guard for this apartment that kept kicking him out, he's maced them a few times. He started making his own content, and I think it's just a perfect reflection of the type of society we live in, that we get to see every angle of such an insane conflict. This. I'm literally just trying to find this bit with the security guard. Oh, this is going to be difficult to find. I didn't like it. I thought I had liked it. It's not that important, honestly. It was just a funny little tidbit, a little extra bit about the security guard also recording. I'm trying to see if because he was adding them. I'm trying to see if I can find it through their pages, but I'm like not able to find any of it. if you were offered the job to host, or if you were offered a job at H3 to host the official pre-show and you could choose anyone from the H3 universe to co-host with you, who would you choose? I think the obvious answer is Alex. I think that we riff pretty good off of each other, you know, that type of thing. But then what I'd want is, I'd want Madman to be like a correspondent, you know what I mean? To be that official correspondent to pull in for the specifics. Because, you know, it's not that me and Alex don't know about things, but sometimes I feel like Madman just has a little bit of extra insight that we might not have. So that would be like, that would be the way to frame it, you know? Oh, they finally go live? They have finally gone live. So maybe I'll talk about this some more. I'll see if I can pull the security guard footage. Maybe I'll talk about this a little bit tomorrow if I'm doing a member stream. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I really do appreciate everybody for stopping in. I do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I also stream doing some other stuff as well. But Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we do the H3 waiting room. Thank you all so much for stopping in. This is Captain Quasar, signing off.